What's up, film jammers? Have you ever been on location shooting and wish you had a little bit more control over your lighting? I know I can barely fit all of the things in my car when I'm packing it up for a shoot, so having smaller, portable gear is always on my radar. Enter the VFlat, a portable lighting modifier and backdrop all in one. I use it for video production and also photography, and I think it's one of the more versatile tools in my kit. Today, we're gonna take a look at 5 quick uses for the VFlat. Hop on board! Quick note, if you wanted to pick up one of these VFlats, we've got a special Film Jams coupon code for you. So just go down to the description, hit that link, and use the code on the screen. Talk about dangling carrots. I'm gonna go pick up another one right now. All right, back to the jams. The big selling point for me about the VFlat is its portability. It folds up into a 40-inch square and comes with a nice little carrying bag to protect it. When it's unfolded, it transforms into an 80-inch by 80-inch square, so nearly 7 feet, and it weighs in at just 7 pounds. What I like about this design is it makes it easy to throw into the car, and you don't need a full grip truck to get a large bounce source. In the past, if I wanted to get an 8-foot bounce, I had to pack up a combo stand, an 8-foot frame, the rag, and sandbags just to get that size, not to mention the space it took up in my vehicle. The setup time for a VFlat is extremely fast when compared with traditional frames. I can unfold a VFlat in maybe 10 seconds and then it's done. As far as the design, you have one side of the VFlat that's white and the other side that's black. You just fold it slightly and it's self-standing, so you don't need any kind of light stands or grip gear to get it up and running fast. Enough specs, enough talk. What's this little baby good for? Adding light. Probably the most common use for me when I'm using my VFlat is adding a little bit of bounce light or fill light. I love that it's a nice large surface area, about 7 feet. You get a really soft bounce and you don't need light stands or sandbags to set it up. The VFlats stand on their own and they're really fast to set up. So here's an example where we use the white side of the VFlat to add a little bit of extra bounce on the fill side. It evens out the lighting a little bit more and it makes it so it's not so shadowy on that side of their face. The flip side of adding light is subtracting light. Who knew? For some video interviews or photography portraits, I like to add a little bit more drama to the lighting. And in these cases, subtracting light from the fill side is an easy way to do that. By using the black side of the VFlat on the fill side of your talent, you can create a bit more shadow by subtracting the light, also known as negative fill. And if you want to remove that negative fill, it's very easy to slide the VFlat out. Ooh, that was graceful, like a ballerina. Blocking ambient lighting is a need that comes up quite frequently when I'm on location filming. I'll get put into a conference room or into a location where there's a giant window with a bunch of sunlight coming in, and it can make it difficult to control my lighting. By placing a VFlat in front of the window, you can block a good portion of the daylight or any other unwanted light source. In the past, I'd need half a grip truck full of gear to do something like this, but with 1 or 2 VFlats, I can block out a lot of light with really minimal setup time. Create a portable backdrop. Sometimes you get to location and it's just not big enough to create any depth for your shot, or sometimes the location just doesn't really look that great. You can use a VFlat as your backdrop, either the white or the black side depending on your preference, and it's really quick and easy to do for either portrait photography or even interviews. If I'm using the white side, I normally add a little bit of light to the VFlat to give it a little punch and bring up the light level, and then I position my talent a couple feet off the backdrop. Previously, I was using a 10-foot Savage paper backdrop, which come in rolls, but you need a large van or SUV to transport them, as well as sandbags and C-stands to set them up. But with the VFlat, you literally just unfold it and you're ready to go. It's pretty darn convenient. Excuse my French. Bouncing light. This is another really useful feature of the VFlat. Sometimes when I'm doing smaller shoots, I don't have big lights or I don't have big sources. By bouncing light into the VFlat, you can create a much softer and larger source. The alternative to this is setting up an 8-foot frame with something like an ultra bounce, but it takes up a lot more space and it's also more time consuming to do. The VFlat is super fast and you can move it around to different setups really quickly. Whereas with a larger 8-foot frame, it's kind of unwieldy on set. You have to move the sandbags, the stands, etc. Now, 2 things to note. 1, protect your corners. The corners of the VFlat are susceptible to getting bent if you're not careful with it. I'd like to see maybe in the future an updated version that has more protected corners, but the VFlats are really designed to be used inside. And a lot of users will probably just be using these in studio where they'll keep them built and it shouldn't be an issue at all. But if you're planning to travel with yours, make sure to store it in its protective case that it comes with and you should be good. Number 2, don't get blown away. VFlats are very lightweight, which is great for transporting them, but on the flip side, they're not optimal for use outdoors in the wind. If you're in a windy area, they will blow over. So make sure to have someone who can hold it outside. I'm pretty much only planning to use my VFlats for interior shoots, but if you are outdoors, just keep that in mind. Well, I hope this look at the VFlats was helpful. If you're a one-person shooter, it's a really useful accessory to have in your kit. You don't need a lot of grip gear to achieve soft bounce light, and with just 1 or 2 of these VFlats, you can have a lot of options when you're on set. They're just under $200 each, which, keep in mind, is about 1/3 the cost of an Ultra Bounce and all the grip gear you need to make that work. And if you want to pick one up, make sure to use our discount code, which can save you a little cash. Thanks for watching. I invite you to like and subscribe for new videos every Tuesday and Friday, and every Friday and Tuesday.
And every Tuesday and Friday, and every Friday and Tuesday, and every Tuesday and Friday, and every Friday and Tuesday.
Jay, you know what I'm saying, Jay? Jay knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. Jay knows exactly what I'm talking about back there.